Hello, this is Bobby from K.DiCarlo Repair with yet another video which is functionality proof of Samsung top buffer board LJ92-01491, 01491A, which we will be sending to a customer who bought such a board on Amazon. We are currently in talks with another customer who bought the same type of board about a week ago, and we uploaded similar video which they didn't receive when we sent them the message before sending the board, showing that the board is functioning. We've serviced hundreds of those boards. We expect problems if people do not inquire or get a repaired Y-main board, because those two fail together, as was explained in a number of our videos, blog posts, video blogs, and everything. So we want to make sure that we have a proof that the board is functioning fine before we send it. As the listing describes, this is a board where the top two ICs were replaced. You can see the clear silicone on them, and the old gray shellish one on the bottom too. Here is the picture of the TV, where you can see everything working. As with our videos, you may notice that horizontal line, it's on the lower half of the screen, and it is because one of the connections to the panels was cut from so many tests, and this is why we use those scotch tapes. And we also advise you, whoever you are watching that video, to be extra careful when handling those. They're easy now. Those are nearly 10-year-old TVs. It's very easy to pull those in a way that may damage them. I'm gonna turn off the TV and disconnect that buffer board for a closer view of the other side, because I want to use that video for another purpose other than showing the customer what their board is. This is today's date, 4/7 of 18, the Q sign showing that the board was tested in this TV. And I want to show this video to also, I want to use this video to also show the customers who buy those replacement ICs from us. Usually those are TV repair centers or individuals who try to repair their boards on their own. Samsung uses different ICs for those boards. We have seen different ones being used, and we sometimes sell, because we do use equivalent ICs, not necessarily the same ones that you may see. You may see 3407F. You may see the Texas Instruments SN755882. Or right now, the last time we ordered large quantity from our vendor, none of those was available, so we're using Panasonic ICs. And sometimes customers who buy those from us and who had negative experience before, probably with other sellers, of course, we list that IC and then we send that IC, and they're like, oh, why do you cheat? You tricked me into blah, blah. They're all the same. We always get the best one that we can find out. If we get a cheap source for refurbished 3407 ICs and a brand new 882s, we'll get the brand new 882s, even if they're $2 or $3 more expensive. The cost of a single or two ICs on the same board is negligible compared to the price to which we sell the buffer. So our profit, you know, if we were doing tens of thousands like Samsung does, then yes, probably it would make a difference. But for repaired boards, where you're selling a repaired buffer for $60, $70, then $1-2 cost difference do not matter. This is always the case in repairs. We always get the best parts that we can get. What else to say to the customer and everybody else? You can test that. The sustain board, measuring the resistance between the very top and the very bottom pin of that black connector. Make sure both buffer boards are disconnected. If you get resistance that is low and equal in both directions, this is bad. You can test the same way a buffer board, measuring here, here, and here. Now, this board may be bad for other reasons too. I mean, if this passes the test, it still doesn't mean that the board is good. But one the most common failure actually on that board can be found by measuring the resistance between first and last pin. If that fuse is blown on the board, you're better off replacing it with a working one rather than trying to repair it. It's repairable, but it costs so much, the damage is so extensive that it's better to be replaced. Another very reliable way of telling if that board is bad is testing this SMD resistor and the 4 resistors that are on the lower heatsink, on this heatsink. Those 4 of them, they're actually all working in parallel. And you can test between any of the 3 pins. If you have anything that is constant, bidirectional, usually 0, 1, 2, no, it can be more. It can be 20, it can be 47 ohms, it can be tens of ohms. Any one of those values that are not hundreds in one direction and nearly infinite in the other indicates a bad. This one, the last one, which is different from the other 4, it also tends to short out, although not necessarily. If we are to repair that board, we would replace it. There are other failures, but this is the most common and most easily detectable ones. Hopefully this helped someone. And thank you for watching. Have a blessed day.